Hi everyone, welcome to the Goddess Enchantments channel. I am Claire and it is day 10 of our 12 days of crystals. Only a couple more days to go. Oh my gosh. So if you haven't already, please do subscribe, hit the bell. You know the usual. Down below under this video is a link to my website and the closed Facebook group. So today's crystal, I love it. So gorgeous. I have if you're in my group, you will have seen it. I have a sphere of this particular crystal that's like this. I absolutely adore it. It is one of my faves. So this here, look at the druzy pockets in there. So there's tiny little quartz points growing in there. But this is actually green moss agate. This particular green moss agate is from India. I'll show you a few examples because it's always good to look at a few. Look at the druzy on this one. Oh, so gorgeous and pretty. Look how sparkly and gorgeous that is. But you see how it looks like it has moss caught inside, hence the name green moss agate. So that's another example there. And the markings will always be completely different on each. So look at this one. It's absolutely stunning. And the colouring will always be green and white. You occasionally get a little bit of red in there. So green moss agate is deeply connected to Gaia energy. So if you have a planetary healing altar in your home, if you have a Gaia altar in your home, then this would be my #1 pick gemstone for you to have on that altar. Anything that you want to do working wise that is to do with the earth, sending healing, working with earth energy for healing for yourself, this would be the crystal. It also connects you deeply to earth spirits, to the plants, and to the trees. So if you want to connect with tree spirits, plant spirits, if you are a gardener, green moss agate is also referred to as the gardener's stone. It's also referred to as the midwife stone. We'll talk about that in a moment. But when it comes to the garden, green moss agate really helps plants flourish. It helps you connect with them and to know what they need. So if you've got sick plants in your garden, place some green moss agate around the base of them. Sit and meditate with that plant, holding on to like one of these spheres, for example, a small sphere of green moss agate. You can work the tumble stone, whatever it is that you have in your collection, and it will help you to intuitively know what that plant needs. It is so in tune with nature. You don't have to do a ton to work with this crystal. So it is really, really good for those that are new to crystals, as well as new to magic and ritual, or someone who wants to try gridding out and wants to do it for planetary healing, or the environment in any way, then this would be my top crystal to recommend to you. It is extremely nurturing, extremely giving in its energy. It is very good for physical health. So if you want to stay healthy, this is my #1 crystal for winter, because when it comes to acute illnesses like colds and flus, I carry this with me all the time. If I get a cold or a flu, this crystal is going in my bath. It is being carried around with me in a charm with a few other crystals and some herbs. It is like my top crystal that we use in our household in the winter because it is so effective. Well, I've been using it for years. It is like, I mean, honestly, if you ask my hubby, he'd be like, I've got a piece in my pocket, because it's just like winter gets here you need the green moss agate. It's also really, really good for women's health. So if you suffer with menstrual cramps, any kind of problems to do with the uterus, so PCOS, endometriosis, it's really good partnered with bloodstone for the two of those. It's also a fertility gemstone and known as the midwife stone because a lot of people choose to hold it or work with it during birth. Back when I had like a wee bit more time than I do now, I used to make a lot of custom malas and custom jewelry sets, and one of my biggest requests was to make ones for people to wear during birth and during pregnancy and during conception, and the main gemstone in them was always green moss agate because it is such a wonderful gemstone. It's also really good for birthing new projects and ideas, so it can be used across the board that way. So if you are setting intentions around Imbolc or Ostara, it is a great one to work with around those Sabbats for creating new life, for setting intentions next year when we go into 2020 of what you want to achieve when spring arrives. So it's not just a winter crystal. I mean, this is your crystal for all year round, connecting with the plants and healing the earth, bringing healing to yourself, bringing projects and helping them to grow and birth. So it is such a powerful all-rounder. It does help you to ground as well, but it's a super, super gentle grounder. So while you can absolutely work with it for grounding, I would also pair in some petrified wood or some garnet, almandine garnet, and just put a few more crystals with it. It's really wonderful paired as well with black tourmaline for grounding as well. So you can use it for that, but it's super nurturing. It's a really, really good gemstone for children and for pets. So if you're giving your pets treatments, then this is a great one to use on them. You can get a palm stone of it and you can just hold it in your hand and stroke your pet with it, because when you start working with pets and crystals, you want to get them used to it very slowly, and you never want to leave a pet alone with a crystal, because you know, if you have a dog or something, they're gonna chomp on that. We don't want that happening. Same with children. Having green moss agate in their bedroom is really, really good. It's calming, relaxing, nurturing, connects them to earth energies, obviously keeping it out of their reach, which is why spheres are such a great option for any work involving children, like I mentioned in the blue calcite video. This would be another one that you could pair in your child's room. Especially if you do live in a household that's quite magical. Maybe you are bringing your child up to be more in tune with nature. You talk about recycling with your child or children, and you have quite an eco-conscious household. This is a very good crystal tool and support for becoming more eco-friendly, and it helps that energy stream to permeate your home. So with your children, with yourself, you can program it for that to help you become more eco-aware and do what you can within your household, because don't be massively hard on yourself. It's like I always say in my group, when you see people in other groups bickering, luckily we have a very calm and supportive environment, but you look at some other groups and they're all bickering about they should be doing more of this and more of that and more of that. Everyone, if they just did something small, helps, and then that tends to grow anyway. You start out with one small thing and then you think of another thing, and this would be the crystal that's going to help and support you with eco awareness. So it's really, really wonderful to have in a lot of rooms in your house. Particularly pick places where like waste may happen and where you might be a bit less eco-friendly. So places like the kitchen, where you might have a lot of plastic packaging. Having this crystal programmed there for helping you to become more eco-aware will help as a reminder energetically. Oh wait, This is plastic packaging, remember to recycle it, and maybe next time there's a different option. If there's not, remember to recycle it. So it's a super powerful tool for our time right now, where our earth needs healing more than ever. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, so powerful for a planetary healing altar or grid. Really, really wonderful gemstone for that. So if that is something you want to do, this would be the one that I would recommend for you. So I really hope you have enjoyed learning some information about green moss agate. That is it from me. I will see you all tomorrow. Blessed be.